Hi, folks. This is Mountain Man coming to you from parts unknown. Ha ha. Well, I don't know. I started a little bit early tonight because there is so much going on. We're in the final countdown. Yeah, it's getting hairy. And if you can go out and vote, go ahead and do it. And while we're waiting for people to get into the chats, let me see what I got going on here. Let me put my spectacles on here. And I'm going to play this little funny video. I might play it later on. What the heck? Let's see. I'll cut my mic off. And while people are coming into the chats, I hope you all had a great day today. Oh, no.
You exist in the content. It isn't on television, Mike.
could you imagine him sitting there buried up to his neck having to watch her Kamala rally? Well, they got all the idols out there going to the rallies. And let me tell you, there's a young girl here I got a video of. If I can, I'll pull it up. I swear, she talks about these idols. I swear her eyes light up when she talks about Donald Trump. But anyway, while people are coming in, I'll just go over real quick. Mike Davis. Remember, Mike Davis said, well, let me get my microphone in a different situation here. Mike, how's that? How's that? That better? Mike Davis said that, he said over a year ago, he said, as Donald Trump's attorney general. So I don't know. That might be something. He might let a little cat out of the bag. But, of course, people are trying to say Eileen Cannon is being bribed with the attorney general position because she's going to prosecute the assassin, and she got rid of Jack Smith. Jack Smith is, boy, I don't think he's sleeping good. But anyway, Mike Davis says, Chief Justice Monica Marquez betrayed Colorado voters. What was this all about? When she tried to get Trump off the ballot. That's what it's about. There she is. She got a little Clark Kent haircut. The other post is conservative legal groups launch effort to oust Colorado judge who booted Trump from ballot. Mike Davis and his group will announce the formation of a Colorado Independent Expenditure Committee Friday, which is today. So good. I hope they went ahead and announced that committee and going to get her the heck off of there. I got a white screen. I have to, and then I can see who's coming in the chats once I clear it out. Another thing was the Fifth Circuit. Boom! Fifth Circuit rules that ballots must arrive by election day, overriding state laws that allow later deadlines. Well, so what was 4 states at least said they wouldn't have results? Pennsylvania, Georgia, Arizona, and one other. What was it? Wisconsin, Michigan? I don't remember. One of those, probably all of them. Probably 5 or 6 won't have it, or all 7 swing states. I mean, this is for all the marbles, unless they have another backup plan. You know what I'm saying? So let me see who all's coming in here. Hi, Sissy. How you doing? Melinda. How you doing? Benjamin. Damon. Alan. Nice to see you all. I'm glad you're doing well. So, good for Mike Davis. Here we got a young lady here talking about idols. Who'd she have? She had Bruce Springsteen and Willie Nelson and Beyonce. And, of course, she had Barack Hussein Obama. Where is he? I got a picture of him. And nobody really cares about you anymore, Barack. But apparently ABC News does. Because they type out this thing. They don't put a little clip that shows you saying it. We don't need 4 years of a wannabe king, a wannabe dictator running around trying to punish his enemies. You don't need that in your life. Ha ha ha. Ken, you don't want you. Where are you going to go? Oh, that's right. Joe Brown said you had a lot of money stashed away. Judge Joe Brown, right? Right? I heard it. But anyway, what else he say? That's not what you need in life. America is ready to turn the page. Well, we're going to turn the page from your commie backside. Here, I like this meme. Y'all see if you got this in your quiver. Star Trek meme. It's a lot of words, Captain, but they don't make any sense. Put it on the screen. Hi, Rick. How you doing? Him. How you doing? Gary said, ha ha. Jet lag. I know you all give me thumbs up when you come in, aren't you? I hope so. I hope so. Well, I'm going to try to, hi, Damon. I'm going to try to get this, get as much stuff on the screen as I can. We got the Rogan Experience. It's supposed to drop tonight around 10:30, they said. So I wonder how many views that's going to get. I think I heard, hi, Roland. Thank you for hitting the thumbs up. I heard Trump say he got 10 million views while he was at the drive-through window. I mean, while he was doing it, he was already up to 10 million views on TikTok. Excuse me while I was sipping my coffee. Oh, boy, that's good. That's good. So, I don't know how many views Rogan's going to get, but people saying, break the internet. Hi, Mark. How you doing? And so a lot of people are talking about bootlegging it. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. But some people are going to start putting out clips, and I don't think they really mind. This is going to be a future meme of mine or a thumbnail right here. I'm thinking about putting other words underneath it. You're at the right rally. You know how I did Kamala, the picture of her and her family, and said, you're at the wrong rally? And this is, you're at the right rally. And I saw articles where Catholics were sitting out, supposedly Christians are sitting out the election. I think that's misinformation because this entire MAGA movement is a Christian movement. Don't you agree? Here's a young lady I was talking about earlier. Her eyes kind of flash. They kind of light up. But she's talking about these goofball stars that come into her goofball rally. Where's she at? Houston? But anyway, let me play her.
Beyonce, Eminem, Magic Johnson, Usher, any celebrity you can pull out of your bag of tricks. They're not Jesus, and we don't care what they say. We don't care. They're not in a struggle like we are. We don't care what no celebrity says. Our minds are made up. We are voting for Trump 2024. Good luck.
Yeah, they're not Jesus, she said. We don't care about those, all those false idols. Speaking of false, here, we might as well get this out because I might have some diehards coming in and deciding, well, I don't want to listen to this broadcast because you will leave, I'm sure. Vanessa Goulian's sister and family attorney slammed the Atlantic for claiming Trump murdered Army servicewoman. He outright lied. Okay, talking about Kelly. And I'll tell you a little something about Kelly. Here, they even had a video on YouTube about it. Sister of slain Army private accuses reporter staining sister image. So, yeah, they're coming out with their garbage. More and more garbage. Here, did you all get to see this one yet? Really erupt and cause a lot of problems for the Trump campaign.
And I've never spoken of him until now. Not to anyone. Not to... His heart is a deep ocean of secrets. But now you know there was a man named Donald Trump, and that he groped me. in every way that a person can be groped. It's been 84 years.
What's that guy's name? It's there on the bottom, Stephen. Well, you see the little logo at the bottom. He does these really neat little memes. It's been 84 years and I've never told anybody how he groped me. And I know some of these clips you all have seen because I would get a copy of it. And as soon as I got a copy of it, I'd see another creator put the clip up. I said, oh, man. But, hey, I'm going to put them up anyway because it's showing you how desperate this media is getting. Transparency is coming. And the new word, instead of D-class, okay, the word for regular people to inculcate in their brains is transparency. Transparency. And that's what you just interchange that with D-class. D-class. And wow, I might as well talk about this real quick. You know the BRICS summit happened, right? The BRICS summit. At the BRICS summit, Putin was shown. What was he shown? A symbolic BRICS banknote. The lady behind him looks happy. Hi, B, charming. Angela, how you doing? And let's see. He didn't like it. He didn't like it. Let me see if this is it. Yeah, this is a report at it. There were 32 countries there. 32 countries. At the BRICS summit, Putin was shown a symbolic BRICS banknote. He familiarized himself with it and handed it over to the ministers at the head of the central bank of the Russian Federation. Lena didn't like the banknote, Peskov said. Now, I got a picture of it before I read the rest of this. Let me pull. Where's that picture of it? Here's the front of it. Here's the front of it. Y'all can take a look at it. I'll make it bigger at the end so you can get a screenshot of it. Go over it and see what you think. But it symbolizes, wait a minute, according to the Kremlin spokesman, the banknote was printed as a joke by someone from the Russian delegation. Oh, really? It symbolizes a common work that is being carried out by the BRICS framework. It is interesting that the banknote depicts not only the flags of the BRICS countries, but also of other states, in particular Kazakhstan and Afghanistan. Let us recall that at the BRICS summit, they discussed the creation of a new international payment system as well as insurance. So anyway, here's the back of it. Let me put this where you can see it. Whoa, wow, that filled up the whole screen real quick. There's a $100 banknote, BRICS note, but they say it's a spoof. I don't know. It looks like a lot of work put into a spoof. Let me see the front one. What's the front of it going to look like? I'm sure they have design in mind. But there's the front. A lot of work going in there for a spoof. But anyway, we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Oh, look here. John Kirby says at least 3,000 North Korean soldiers were transported by ship from North Korea to the Far East to take part in fighting in the Kursk region. Oh, I think that's the number I said last week when they were saying, oh, we don't have any. No, there aren't any North Korean soldiers over there. Here's your false idols right here. 2 party girls. Right there. Beyonce reportedly to join Kamala Harris at a campaign rally. Yeah, I was right. It was Houston. How you doing, Tennessee? Let me see who all's in the chat. Yeah, our day is near. I feel it in my bones. Hi, Be Charming. Nice to see you. So did any of y'all, I couldn't stomach watching any part of that. I saw bits of it. The Kamala Harris rally. I think I had a clip of her and I didn't even play it because, you know what? Ugh. Speaking of ugh, right here, Trump's going to do his, he's done Rogan tonight. His next big thing is going to be the Madison Square Garden. All right, but here's Hillary coming to rain on everybody's parade, talking. Part of the rally she's talking about, 1939. Who was helping with that? It was Lindbergh. Lindbergh. Not a lot of people knew it, but Lindbergh was one of these America parties back in the 30s that embraced socialism. Okay, they didn't understand what the ultimate plan was. They just thought socialism was a great idea. But anyway, here we go with Hildebeest.
You know, one other thing that you'll see next week, Caitlin, is the Madison. I write about this in my book. President Frank. Nazis, fascists in America were lining up to essentially pledge their support for the kind of government that they were seeing in Germany. So I don't think we can ignore
grabbing straws, bottom of the barrel, 75-year-old rally before Hitler really got into power. But Time magazine put him out as Man of the Year. Hillary, don't you remember that? But anyway, how you doing, Pappy Two Bears? Chris, how you doing? David, nice to see you. So, yeah, Hillary, don't forget that. And I saw somebody was put in there about the taxes. What have I been saying? What have I been saying for a year? Wait a minute. I'm going out of my click here. Here we go. The New York Times. Finally catching up with Mountain Man. And the Mountain Man News. KNEWs. Trump flirts with the ultimate tax cut. No income taxes at all. The former president has repeatedly praised a period in American history where there was no income tax and the country relied on tariffs to fund the government. You're damn right. What it was is it's kept foreign influence out of our politics and out of our pockets. Okay? And we're seeing it now where at every level of government, you have an enemy within. Okay? That sets policies of how much money you can keep at the state, local, and federal level. All right? And prior to the 16th Amendment, it wasn't anybody's damn business how much money you made. People are like, more power to you. A rising tide lifts all boats, right, folks? Who said that? Oh, John F. Kennedy. What happened to him? Oh, yeah, he got assassinated. Hi, Flannel Cheese. How you doing? Oh, yeah, Mark. She's going to, well, they got tricks up their sleeves. Hi, Cole. We're seeing all this stuff coming out about one thing they're planning on doing. Here, Mike Schaefer put this out. Election week in D.C. In an age of anxiety, we're already getting requests from businesses. Should they board up? People in Washington are fleeing town for Election Day. Well, what does that make me think of? That makes me think of the first time Trump got elected. Somebody said AI came up with this. Trump's going to burn him. It's a lit match like Trump's hair. But anyway, I had to search and search. Where did it go? I looked up, here you go. This was, will the Dems accept a Trump victory? You've already got businesses boarding up. You've already got them boarding up. Because what happened? What happened in 2016? This is Larry King's limousine right here. I had to search for that. In Goggle, they bury it. Driver of a limo torch. They don't put that. It was a famous person, Larry King, who interviewed Trump more than once. There you have scenes of the streets after Trump, during the inauguration. Historic. When I pulled it up, and they show Larry King. DC protesters break windows of Larry King's limo. Break windows? What are you, crazy? Look at all this crap they put up. Way down to find it. But here you go. This is a scene from Inauguration Day. Okay, from the 2016 election. What does that sign say under his arm? Impeach? They're giving away their strategy. What's he wearing? A mask? 2 years before the illness. Talking about impeaching Trump and tearing the streets up and burning people's cars. Never. When have we ever had an inauguration like that? Never. They bury it. Something else that might be buried. I don't know. Right here. This came out today. Have you heard anything about this? Have you heard anything at all since this happened? $100 million settlement reached in Baltimore bridge collapse. Just a little 25-second video. And if I wasn't reading everything, I would have never noticed it. I didn't see it on the news. I didn't see it on Fox News. I didn't see it on NBC. I didn't see it nowhere. $100 million. They were talking about it costing billions. So, yeah, they manipulate the news. Here you go. Here you go. Frustrated Democrats to consider letting voters pick the next presidential candidate next time. Trump was saying, because of that edited CBS video, that she should concede the election. And CBS should lose their license immediately. Nobody's voted for her ever. She didn't even get 1% of the Democrats in the primary, much less the rest of the Republicans or the rest of the country. She's an installed person. And nobody seems to bat an eye. I might as well get this other one out of the way right here. You're at the wrong town hall, snaps Kamala at a citizen trying to ask her a question. Yeah. Protected. Here, hear anything about this? Global cancer phenomenon is not just America. UK, Japan, South Africa, and Australia are among the dozens of countries suffering mystery spikes of all different kinds of tumors in young people. No reports. Nobody bats an eye. Nobody bats an eye. Well, we do. We know what's going on. Here, this guy put this out. Everyone knows that if Trump doesn't win this election, it means we won't have actual elections anymore, because there is no way Kamala Harris wins a lawful election. Everyone sees it. Everyone knows it. I know it. You know it. Everybody knows it, right? What's this one? Oh. This is one little story in Colorado. Don't forget, I know about the thing in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, 2,500 votes. Okay? But at least somebody's looking at this stuff in Colorado, of all places. A dozen ballots intercepted, cast without voters' knowledge, stolen out of the mailboxes. That, if they're catching one, there's a lot more than that. So don't forget, Trump is not playing around. He put out a cease and desist, his second cease and desist. We'll get to that in a second. I might have another video I'm going to play. Let's see. What's this one? What's this? Too small to read till I put it on the screen. Oh. Remember I was talking about Tommy Robinson went back to UK and they didn't arrest him at the airport and everybody breathed a sigh of relief? Well, I'll show you the article. They went ahead and arrested him. They waited till everybody settled down and got onto some other issue. But this guy, he could be UK, he could be New Zealand, he could be Australia, or he could even be Canada. I don't know. But it's coming to America. Breaking: teacher sent back to jail after not endorsing transgenderism. Here, it could have been Germany where this guy got. I don't know. Look what they're doing in Germany. Germany is almost lost. Papi? Hast du ein Baby? Hast du ein Baby? In Bauch? In your gut? I don't know. Germany, of all places, that's... Oh, I want to leave that Uhura back up. I like that one. I like that. Talking about my generation. Here's a scare tactic. Alert, alert. Man dies after contracting triple E virus from mosquito. This was either yesterday or this morning. I don't know. It's all blur. There he is laying in bed. Hey, they got about, how much time they got? 10 days? Oh, the mosquitoes. Even though it's cold, it'd be scaring the hell out of people with mosquitoes. Here you go. Tommy Robinson. Remanded. Breaking: Tommy Robinson charged under Terrorism Act. Can you believe that? Coming to America. Like Joe Rogan played a clip of Kamala talking about Trump going on Joe Rogan's show. And she said, it's unregulated and there's no rules, unsupervised. And he was like, what the heck? There's no rules with free speech. Of course, there is rules. You can't incite violence. We all know the rules. The few there are. Excuse me, I'm going to sip my coffee. But the rules are very fluid over there in the UK, apparently. You can go to jail for a great many things. A great many things. Did you all hear about this? I got the screenshot. I didn't hear about this. I meant to Google it and get some more information. Did you all hear about this? Swedish politician. This is a rare moment when they pay the price for their stupidity instead of us paying the price. Swedish politician who fought for equality and open borders is beheaded in Congo. Zadiat Catalin was a Swedish Green Party politician who believed in open borders. I ain't going to say no more about it. But sorry for you. It's all I can. Well, what do you want me to say? What am I supposed to say? But anyway, here's Jon Stewart. He talked with Timid Timmy. I had a video of Elon Musk making fun of Timmy when he said something smart about Elon Musk jumping on stage but I erased it by accident. But anyway, look at how it's not overly dramatic, but you can see how he gets aggravated, and he's one of these pansies that likes to be in control and stays angry, okay? And this is Jon Stewart trying to have a little fun with him.
The Cheney thing, do we really have?
It goes broader than that. Look, Bernie Sanders, Dick Cheney, Taylor Swift.
No.
That one. The shooting?
No.
Having the Cheneys on board?
Nah. You can't Dick Cheney or Taylor Swift. No.
We're a big tent.
What country did Taylor Swift get us to invade? No.
Yeah. No, don't you think, though, that, and I do this, I believe this, there is still a core group of folks out there, you know, your point being, and not joke, the don't tread on me, the Reagan piece of this, the libertarian piece of. I think Liz Cheney and Dick Cheney give permission to those folks who want to find a reason to do the right.
Yeah, right, whatever. Oil and water, it doesn't mix. Oil and water. Here, I'll play this again. For everybody who didn't get in time to see it. Did y'all see this, or I only had 20 or 30 people?
Oh, no.
You think you just fell out of a coconut tree? You exist in the content. It isn't on television. Mike, look at her. No.
Pure torture. But anyway, here we go. Trump, he posted this about an hour after I saw it. He posted it on Truth. He said he was heading to Michigan. He should, what I calculated at the time when he let it out to the public, that he would be getting to the rally. Those people have got to stand around till about 10:30, maybe even 11 o'clock. You know, how long have I been up? A half an hour? Wow, it seems shorter than that. But anyway, but this is Trump en route, okay? And I'm sure there's people looking at his plane. You know, he's in a puddle jumper and trying to switch up planes because we all know he's in danger. So I'll keep my fingers crossed, and hopefully he'll get there safely, and that we can all watch that part of that rally. So Trump also put this up around the same time. North Carolina Republicans have taken the lead in early voting. The Democrats led the in-person vote both in 2022 and 2020. So even though it is a tenth of a percent, that's all Joe Biden won Georgia by, okay? So usually they've got 30% more in early voting. And it's showing that this has the potential to be a huge part of the movement. Now, I got some of these videos, I can't see what they are until I play them. That aggravates me. But let me play this video and we'll see what we got. Because if I got a break from the broadcast to see the Trump rally, I'll forget everything I put in my studio. It's so much stuff. But anyway, let me play this and we'll see what it is.
Nick Ayers, pictured here with President Trump and Kelly during his service. You see him in between Mike Pence and General Kelly there in that picture on the left-hand side. He posted this to X yesterday, quote, "I have avoided commenting on intra-staff leaks or rumors or even lies as it relates to my time at the White House. But General Kelly's comments regarding President Trump are too egregious to ignore. I was with each of them more than most, and his commentary is patently false," he writes. And Nick Ayers joins me now. Nick,
thank you, Martha.
We noticed this. decided to speak out?
Well, I know the president personally, Martha. He is my friend. I know his heart. And this unequivocally did not happen. Full stop. John Kelly was never too shy to point out to senior staff when he differed with the president, often behind President Trump's back. So I can assure you, had those comments been made, the national media would have known, all of us would have known instantly. Moreover, he was, rarely ever alone with the president. Usually Governor Sanders, then White House Press Secretary Sarah Sanders, or the staff secretary or other national security officials, or myself, among many others, we were all together. So I'm saying with certainty, this did not happen. This is only being espoused because John Kelly's candidate is losing, and she's losing badly. They're desperate to change the subject from a wide open border, which has wreaked havoc in our major cities and on college campuses. It led tragically and awfully to the death of an innocent young female Georgian out in Athens, murdered by someone who walked freely across our southern border. They're desperate to change the subject from raging inflation, which is making groceries and crushing working Americans.
I understand.
So Martha, they need to change the subject. They can't talk about foreign policy. They've allowed a war to start in the Middle East, a war in Eastern Europe, a potential war in Asia.
Well, let me tell you about John Kelly. John Kelly came out with that suckers and losers stuff. There were also considerations that he was the one who wrote, I believe, a Washington Times editorial where he was a anonymous contributor to an editorial where he said he taking papers off of Trump's desk and trying to make sure policies didn't go through. If that was him, and I believe it was, he can be disciplined post-service. Okay, I showed an article where a general, I believe they plucked a star off his shoulder, reduced his retirement pay well after he retired because he said stuff about Clinton being a dope smoker. So this guy is in trouble. So he is going to come out with stuff to do anything he can to help stop Trump from getting in. But I'm looking at my notes while this was playing. Trump had a rally yesterday. And did you all catch this? Trump said they may have to call a special session of Congress. He was discussing the illegals and no money for California, the allocation of funds. But he was also talking about that Kamala was not physically or mentally ready to be president. And he did mention a special session of Congress. So there's things going on that may surprise all of us, hopefully in a good way. But anyway, here, lightening up the mood again, the Babylon Bee. The worst allegation yet. A woman alleges in 1993 Trump touched her inappropriately with classified documents while praising Hitler. Oh my gosh, let's get an investigation going. What's this one here? Thank you for your support against a total degenerate named John Kelly, who made up a story out of pure Trump derangement syndrome hatred. This guy had two qualities which don't work well together. He was tough and dumb. The problem is his toughness morphed into weakness because he became jello with time. Whoa. The story about the soldiers was a lie, as are numerous other stories he told. Even though I shouldn't be wasting my time with him, I always feel it necessary to hit back in pursuit of the truth. John Kelly is a lowlife and a bad general whose advice in the White House I no longer sought and told him to move on. His wife once told me at Camp David, John admires you tremendously, and when he leaves the military, he will only speak well of you. I said, thank you. Boy, his wife's going to remind him of that, put a knot on his head like an egg. but it won't roll off. Here's something suspicious. This is what's called a chevron. Shoulder of a uniform or the chest of a uniform. It's called a chevron. And it's Russian soldiers. What do you all notice about this chevron? I think we got somebody in the chats would notice what we got going on. Hi, Kim. Just looking through the chats. Yeah, boo, Kelly. What do y'all notice about that chevron? And while you're thinking of that, I'm going to go see about, I got a clip many of you may have seen, may not have seen, but of the CNN dumping cold water on their audience about Trump getting the popular vote. Aha! Let's see. Em got it. Em got it. Well, thank you, Angela. Thank you. Em got it. Alaska. Kim said map of the U.S. Roland said states. Pappy Two Bears said Alaska. Angela. That's right. There's Alaska over there in the right-hand corner. So we don't want to put too much trust and faith in, we don't want to be rooting for Putin too much when they're putting that kind of crap out there. But I will get to Mr. President Trump's cease and desist order. I think it's great. But anyway, I'm going to put this up before I play the clip of all the viewers for CNN upset, and I love it. But anyway, this meme right here is going to do more. Pass it around. I've shown it before. Go ahead and take a screenshot. It humanizes Trump, and it shows how ridiculous they are with their lawfare. Trump indicted for allegedly serving McDonald's customers' seventh nugget in a 6-piece order. It shows you how damn ridiculous this stuff is going on. That's been going on. But anyway, let me play Harry Anton. And Trump could get the popular vote. You know, of course, they try to temper it and say, well, Kamala could get the popular vote too. But also, even if Kamala doesn't get the popular vote, she could win the electoral vote. Oh, really? Okay. Anyway, let me play Harry Anton.
Trump may finally get his great white whale. Harris versus Trump national margin. You mentioned that New York Times poll, a tie. About recent polling data. You don't have to look very far to find Donald Trump ahead nationally. He was up by 2 points in the CNBC poll, up by 3 in the Wall Street Journal poll. Very close races within the margin of error. But then the same thing on the other side, right? You have Harris up by 3 points according to Ipsos. The Say 24 YouGov poll, it's a bunch of academics, also has Harris up by 3. But the bottom line is, with the popular vote, which we really haven't focused upon, a very, very tight race, John. Fact is, Donald Trump is very much in a position he could win the popular vote, which of course is something he would absolutely love to do.
And would be something very different.
For the past 2 races at this point in the campaign, look, Harris in the average poll right now is up by 1, well within the margin of error. You go back 4 years ago, Joe Biden was well ahead of Donald Trump in the national popular vote points. So now Donald Trump is in a position he really hasn't been before at this point in the campaign, where he could truly compete, and we can truly say that the popular vote at this point is way too close to call. Of course, this is only going back 8 years. I wanted to jump even further back in my time machine to get an understanding. Hey, I haven't heard about a Republican potentially winning the popular vote in a while. And it turns out a Republican winning the popular vote, it hasn't happened since 2004 in George W. Bush defeating John Kerry. And that's only the one time that it has happened. In fact, you have to go all the way back to 1988 to find another one, when it was George W. Bush's father, George H.W. Bush, winning the popular vote over Michael Dukakis. So the fact that the polls right now are so close, John, the fact that Donald Trump has a legitimate shot of winning the popular vote is something I think a lot of folks, including in my line of work, really didn't think could possibly happen when Donald Trump was running last time around. He could make history.
Of course, Reagan never had a problem with the popular vote. Popular vote wasn't an issue for most elections until we've gotten into this manipulated garbage that we're dealing with now. And speaking of manipulated garbage, did you all get to see Gina Carrero when she spoke at just before Tulsi Gabbard and then Trump came out? She's the one that's suing Disney. Did I get a picture of her? She's the one that's suing Disney. And I might go ahead and record her entire speech, which was only a few minutes. But she touched on phrase words we know. She talked about owning nothing and being happy. Okay? And she is suing Disney, backed by Elon Musk. And I know Disney is a distraction, but it's going to break their back. Okay? But anyway, I'll get to her in a little bit. Trump had a interesting discussion about pretty much that we're economic slaves. Okay? It's a short clip, but a telling clip.
You're witnessing the economic oppression of Americans. Stops 2 weeks from now. Think of it, 2 weeks. Less than 2 weeks. For 4 straight years, Kamala Harris has imported criminals from prisons and jails, insane asylums and mental institutions all over the world, from Venezuela to the Congo in Africa, and she's resettled them into a community near you. Isn't that lovely? And really did it, and they will prey on innocent Americans that have no idea what we're getting into. When we win on November 5th, the migrant invasion ends and the restoration of our country begins.
Well, he had a second clip I want to play where he used the term crime against humanity. He's starting to use this, and this is why they're getting so upset, and they understand the gravity of his victory.
What Kamala Harris has done on our border is cruel, it's vile, and it's absolutely heartless. Her policy of importing migrant gangs is a crime against our country. It's actually a crime. Should disqualify her for even running. I mean, I don't know how you can run for the president of the United States and allow people to pour into our country.
You see the guy standing behind him? I believe he got up to the mic next and said that she knowingly allowed people to come in the country that she knew would commit red rum. Okay? Now that's some pretty heavy duty talk right there. But somebody got this still shot. They're talking about the Madison Square Garden rally, and if you go, you're a Nazi and all this stuff. Here you see, in New York, you got a ball game going on. What do you see in the background right behind the catcher? A MAGA hat. Ha 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 ha. So, yeah, people are going to get offended and alienated the more she keeps up that kind of damn talk. So here's David Axelrod. This is when you know they're in trouble. This is the Dems jumping ship. The Dems jumping ship on Kamala. You can feel it in the air.
When she doesn't want to answer a question, her habit is to kind of go was on Israel. Anderson asked a direct question, would you be stronger on Israel than Trump? And there was a 7-minute answer, but none of it related to the question he was asking.
She doesn't have to be flawless, but she has to give you something. I mean, she's like a true double threat. You know, she's terrible on her feet when she gets unexpected questions, and simultaneously, she can't even answer the expected questions. It's nothing, nothing, nothing. You'd think she'd be prepared to do this by now. You know, what's a mistake you've made? Nothing. What's a weakness you have? Nothing. What's the first law you want to pass? Nothing. What's a policy difference between you and Joe Biden? Nothing. Over and over and over. Empty, empty, empty. If she were an animal, she'd be a duck-billed platitude.
But look,
it's a total world
focused a lot more on Donald Trump, I think it's fair to say, than she did on many specifics in terms of what she would do as president. But she did go into some of her plans for small businesses.
Well, I'll just tell you what I'm hearing from people who I have been talking to, and that is that if her goal was to close the deal, they're not sure she did that. And, you know, some people have asked, is she being held to a different standard? Maybe, but that's maybe the world that she's living in. Or understanding that a little bit more, but what she will do, the question about her legislative priorities, name one, there wasn't one.
I think that the word salad stuff gets on my nerves. I think that some of the evasions are not necessary, but when she's talking about trying to get you a house, I believe her.
Kamala Harris participated in a one-person debate last night, and she lost. Okay, she was asked direct questions, and she provided very circular answers. My colleagues Van Jones and David Axelrod and others noted that, you know, she provided word salad answers. And, you know, Anderson would ask her specifically direct questions, and she didn't provide an answer to them. When asked, Anderson asked the best question all night. Why didn't you do this 4 years ago? Why haven't you been doing this? 10-minute answer, didn't answer the question. So what she did last night, I don't think helped her cause at all. I think people were looking for, you know, how are you going to, you heard the one woman, how are you going to make my life better? That wasn't provided. Donald Trump bad is not going to get you to the White House. I hate to break it.
Yeah, almost all that was CNN. CNN viewers getting a, I guess, a white pill. Okay, something easy to swallow. Miss Mendersu, how you doing? Nice to see you. I hope you all give me some thumbs up tonight. And if anybody can let me know when the rally starts, because I got Joe and Mika. Don't you want to hear what Joe and Mika got to say? They're so important, and we should believe everything they say because they are important. Let's see. Here's Mika. You know, take a look at Mika. She got her facelift before Trump won in 2016. And, man, she is wearing that thing out. She's starting to see, you start to see the evil spirits coming out, okay? But anyway, I'll go ahead and play it. She's losing her mind.
As important as Trump's day, his cozying up to dictators, his obsession with Hitler that has now come out, what he has said about our veterans, and what he wants to do with the military against his political adversaries, it's all huge news. This is the future that we're looking at in the next Trump term, if there is one. But this is what voters know right now, that he is killing us. I'm talking about us women. He's killing us. He is putting us at risk. He is making us afraid to have babies. He is putting our reproductive health at risk, and some women have died already because of this. So we can see right now what's coming. These headlines, and very good reporting, by the way, that shouldn't be questioned by idiots about what Trump has said about Hitler, that's incredibly important to know. But I do understand that people who are busy and that are people who are just tapping in may not be able to comprehend, because we've been free. We've been comfortable. We cannot comprehend that. And I understand that. I validate that it is hard to go from here to there. It is where we're going. I hope we don't find out the hard way. But what's happening with women right now is real, and it is playing out across America.
Yeah, right, yeah. bunch of fear politics. Here's a meme somebody put up that you might find interesting. It's hard to read, but I'll read it. What if governments learned from MK and then Ultra experiments in the 50s that trauma allows you to control people so they purposefully orchestrate disastrous events to keep their citizens afraid, dependent on them. And that's one of the reasons that mental illness has been rising. Did you ever come to think of it? See, there's a guy starting to realize the MK and the other part of that is Ultra, but we know about it. Let's see. Did you all see this stupidity right here? This jerk, Adam Kinzinger, he's one that's going to be on a military trial. But anyway, he went out to a gun range. Democratic Senate candidate SHOOT's a reporter with an AR-15, failed at 11. Did you all see that? He was at a range and had no damn idea what he was doing. They say he was 15 feet away from a flat metal target with a high-powered rifle. And they're surprised that shrapnel came back and injured one of the people there. So somebody put this meme out. Not a meme, but a thing on X. It's got more pictures of it. You see him there pointing a gun. It may have been 20 feet away. But this guy puts up there, this is one of the guys that was there, Lucas Kuntz. He says, it was a great day at the range today with my friend Adam Kinzinger. We got to hang out with some union workers while exercising our freedom. Always have your first aid kit handy. Shrapnel can always fly when you hit a target like today, and you got to be ready to go. We had 4 first aid kits, so we were able to take care of the situation, and I'm glad Brian is okay and able to continue reporting. But what good's a first aid kit going to do when you lose an eyeball? Okay? You don't even use that for pistols that close. You idiots. So somebody did a community note. He's acting like they had a great day. We had 4 first aid kits. It wasn't, everybody's going to get hit by a bullet when you're target practicing. Readers added context. This post shows 2 deadly mistakes they're making and implying it's safe. Therefore, a note is a good idea. Never shoot that close with a long arm into steel and then put up explosive tanzanite away on the table. They had a box of tanzanites in there. If a hot piece of shrapnel would have gone there, they really would have seen something. Anyway, too bad. Too bad. Babylon Bee investigation reveals Trump's role in Home Alone 2 was staged. That wasn't spontaneous. You got to be kidding me. Let's see. Is this the... that's the Kelly thing. I want to find my cease and desist. Where'd I put that? Well, that's probably farther down in the list here. Let me see what this is. Elon Musk put this out. J.K. Rowling, he retweeted it. We must not publish a study that says we're harming children because people who say we're harming children will use the study as evidence that we're harming children. Do what? U.S. study on puberty blockers goes unpublished because of politics, doctors say. The leader of the long-running study said that the drugs did not improve mental health in children with gender distress and that the finding may be weaponized by opponents of the care. So they just didn't publish the study. Okay, here's a little more detail on it. New York Post put it out. So you got Elon Musk putting it out, the New York Post putting it out, J.K. Rowling putting it out, woke doc refused to publish a $10 million trans kid study that showed puberty blockers didn't help mental health. Well, I'll speak Russian here. I don't like doing it, but I'll speak Russian. No shitsky. No shitsky. Anybody with a brain could see that. Let me see this one here. This is another one. Elon put up, woke doc refused to publish $10 million trans kid study that showed puberty blockers didn't help mental health. It exacerbates it. It takes away their natural function. It disables them as human beings. Well, let me see. Trump put out a cease and desist order. Well, this is something else from Trump. Sleepy Joe Biden and Comrade Kamala Harris. Justice Department when they've done all of the weaponizing. Now, they're truly weaponized Department of Injustice, and a judge appointed by Joe have ordered the great Commonwealth of Virginia to put non-citizen voters back on the rolls. This is a totally unacceptable travesty. And Governor Youngkin is absolutely right to appeal this illegal order. And the U.S. Supreme Court will hopefully fix it. Only Glenn, I'll be calling into Glenn's rally with Laura Trump tomorrow morning to talk about this crazy ruling and announce my final stop in Virginia before Election Day. Tune in. So yeah, Election Day. Virginia is on the list. Just like the Korean soldiers, just like taxes being wiped out. We've already talked about that. Eric Prince put this up. This is the Biden-appointed federal judge forcing Virginia to reinstate non-citizens voters in Virginia. This is criminal judicial tyranny. This must not stand. Office for Virginia and to the motto on the state flag. Here she is. There she is. Judge of the United States District Court for the Eastern District of Virginia, Patricia Giles, another one that needs to go. Talk about going right here. Trump says he's going to kick his ass out of the country. Trump says Jack Smith should be thrown out of the country. Okay, he's just a bum off the street from Europe over there in Brussels. Let's see. Oh, that's the one I just read. Oh, what did I get that cease and desist order? Aha! Here it is, folks. Today, I, together with many attorneys and legal scholars, am watching the sanctity of the 2024 presidential election very closely because I know better than most the rampant cheating and skullduggery that has taken place by the Democrats in a 2-0 presidential election. It was a disgrace to our nation. Therefore, the 2024 selection, where votes have just started being cast, will be under the closest professional scrutiny and capital letters, when I win, not if I win, when I win. Those people that capital letters cheated will be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law, which will include long-term prison sentences so that this depravity of justice does not happen again. We cannot let our country further devolve into a third world nation, and we won't. Please beware that this legal exposure extends to lawyers, ding, 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 I'm loving that, political operatives, donors, illegal voters, and corrupt election officials. Those involved in unscrupulous behavior will be sought out, caught, and prosecuted at levels, unfortunately, never seen before in our country. Historic level of prosecutions. And that's what we need. That is what we need. They're not liking this right here. Trump put this out yesterday. 62.8 to 37.3. And he's got this map. You know, I don't want to pop Mr. T's bubble about his map, but I don't agree with it. I don't agree with it because I said a while back, Virginia, you can add Virginia onto that as far as I'm concerned, and possibly I'm going to put some chips on New Mexico. New Mexico. But Kamala's got a plan right here. Right here. Washington Times. Migrants planning their journey to the presidential election. Figuring they'll get a better shake from her. Here they are. Migrants rushing north, hoping Harris wins. They got to get in and get their votes in. They're on a express route. Even Justin Trudeau wants to close Canada's borders. We are the only stupid ones that allow people, including hundreds of thousands of criminals, to freely come into the United States through our ridiculous open borders policy. The damage has already been done, but it must be corrected immediately. Justin Trudeau, we're going to significantly reduce the number of immigrants coming to Canada for next 2 years. This is temporary to pause our population growth and let our economy catch up. We have to get the system working right for all Canadians. Yeah, right. Cheap talk. Cheap talk. They've already got a historic rise. I've got the graph somewhere, but it's hard to see in this tiny setup here. But let's see. There we go. No, this is another one from Elon Musk. But in Canada, it's shot up from 20 not born in the country to 34%. They've done a coordinated injection of illegal people in U.S. and Canada. Elon Musk said massive numbers have flown directly to swing states and put on the fast track to citizenship. Voter importation. It's a sure way for the Democratic Party to achieve permanent victory. Diabolically smart. Biden policy. 823 aliens flown into the U.S. Biden Mayorkas allegedly implemented a policy flying in inadmissible illegal aliens. And you see Venezuela, Nicaragua, and Haiti. Here we go. Here's Elon Musk again. Here we go. The Dems have imported massive numbers of illegals to swing states, triple-digit increases over the past 4 years. Their stated plan is to give them citizenship as soon as possible, turning all swing states Dem. America would then become a one-party, deep blue socialist states. Data Hazard put out, the flights are indeed disproportionately to Republican voting states. And there you see the chart right there. It's calculated interference. I saw Roland, I think, put 13848 up. This is a kind of a big deal, and no one in the media is talking about it. Watt Harris Walsh both say Trump would use the military against his enemies within, yet he's using DOD Directive 5240.01 for the Pentagon to actually use lethal force to unalive Americans on U.S. soil. So that's getting around on Twitter. I showed it to you when that day I saw it come out. Here we go. Who's this guy? Who's this guy? Mr. Evil? Right there. Gonna go down the history books. What does it say? Mayorkas has allowed nearly 150,000 illegal immigrants to obtain citizenship by falsifying their applications. These individuals supposedly claim they received green cards years ago, which led to the approval of their citizenship applications. It is alleged that this was done to influence outcomes in swing states like Michigan, Arizona, and Wisconsin to ensure Democratic victories in these states. But this is it. I mean, this is the final battle. Here's another reminder of when Democrats, Comrade Harris and Stolen Valor Walsh say Trump is a dictator and would use military against American citizens. The London Times puts out Democrat and U.S. security services are preparing mass assassinations of MAGA movement leaders shortly after the 2024 elections. That was October 23rd, 2024. Huh? You want to get a screenshot of that? London Times. First I heard of that. Did y'all hear that yet? You heard it here. Scary business. Dan Scavino put this out. I have zero interest in working with anyone who is a former colleague that disappeared upon our departure from the White House. Fair weather friends, sunshine patriots, and was nowhere to be found when DJT announced his candidacy on 11/15/22, or was silent throughout 2023. Capital letters: stop calling, stop emailing, stop texting. You're not hearing back from me. You are what's known as persona non grata. Persona non grata. Here she is. Gina Carrero. Is that her name? Carino? Got kicked off a highly rated Disney program because she was not a wokey doke, and she's suing Disney for big bucks. And she spoke at Trump's rally. Oh, I'll cover this real quick. $2.2 billion verdict in damages after bottled water brand. Now, RFK would be interested in this stuff right here. Was pulled from shelves. Nevada, Utah, Arizona, New Mexico, and Los Angeles area. 12-day trial. The bottled water company was found responsible for causing liver damage in customers before it was recalled. And how do you cause liver damage from bottled water? I'll tell you how. Juries have been told that tests found real water contained hydrazine, a chemical used in rocket fuel that may have been introduced during treatment before bottling. Not it was accidentally in the ground. It was introduced during treatment. Defense attorneys say it was unintentionally negligent, not reckless, because they didn't know hydrazine was in the water and didn't know how to test for it. But it was sold in a distinctive blue, boxy blue bottles as premium, treated alkalized drinking water with healthy detoxifying properties. So if any of y'all got that sitting on the floor in the garage, real water in distinctive boxy blue bottles. Get rid of it. Liver damage is, you can't live without your liver. So here we go. Who's freaking out? Who's freaking out? Washington and libs are losing their minds. They had a bunch of them quit. Not only that, I think the Los Angeles Times, look at their George Conway, Kellyanne Conway's husband. I call him the Hobbit, the Hobbit. Democracy dies in cowardice. Keith Olbermann, what a gross individual. I gotta have a. Let me have a sip of coffee. Keith Olbermann, Trump will still deport Lauren and then put you in the camps with the rest of us. Yeah, right. Well, Olbermann, you might go. It depends on what you've done. Democracy dies in the Washington Post. Journalism dies in darkness. Democracy dies in sunlight. Ted Lieu. The first step toward fascism is when the free press cowers in fear. Wow, Washington Post is just fine with fascism. I just canceled my subscription and you should too. And then Hank Hoffman has used the F word over and over. Cowardly, bureaucratic, whatever. Good. I hope you all lose a lot of sleep tonight. Here. Then Keith Olbermann puts this out. Citizen Free Press put this up today. We need to arrest and detain Elon Musk immediately. He's operating on behalf of Russia. Cancel all contracts. You talk about a communist. Cancel all contracts, seize his facilities, lock him away in a military facility. Now, POTUS, not tomorrow. Oh, they're saying Elon is a Russian agent. Did y'all catch that? Did y'all hear that part today? Oh, by the way, Lizzo endorsed Kamala. Just so you all know, let your friends know so it'll influence your vote. Lizzo, and she's got Tim Walz here. Unbeatable team. Lizzo, Tim Walz, and Kamala. Let's see. Whoops. Wrong one. So anyway, what's this? Oh, companies who force the you-know-what in your arm are now getting hammered with lawsuits and losing big money. We've been talking about that for a while too. Class action lawsuits are very effective and very expensive. A federal judge has just decided that 6 BART workers who defied mandates will receive over $1 million each. I don't know who BART workers are, but yeah, if somebody tried to twist your arm and make you do that, sue their dirty rear ends. Let me see what's going on. I haven't been talking on the chats in a little bit. Breaking: Washington Post editor at large Robert Kagan has resigned from the Post following today's decision not to endorse in the presidential race. Good. Hi, Ronald. How you doing? I got rolling, Ronald. Lizzo is grosso. That's right. Lizzo is grosso. Whoa, my screen's froze. What's going on? Huh. Bear with me, folks. There we go. It's starting to move a little bit now. What's this one? Oh, that's Justin Trudeau. I already been over that creep. Justin Trudeau. What's this one? I took a screenshot for some reason. Oh. Biden's running around doing two things. He's still pushing for student debt, and he's going around apologizing to American Indian tribes, the American Indian nations, for 150 years ago boarding school policies. Okay, so they're leaving no stone unturned. What's this one? LA Times turmoil as editors quit over blocked Harris endorsement. Good, you don't have to pay them unemployment. The Los Angeles Times saw more people quit after the newspaper's owner blocked the paper's editorial board from endorsing VP Kamala Harris. It's a comedy, okay? It's comedic. This was today. No tax on overtime, no tax on Social Security. I think he's going to put up a post that just says no tax with a green check mark. No tax. Period. We'll charge people for coming in and using our country to make money. I strongly urge you to vote for Donald Trump. In fact, I would go so far as to say that a vote for Kamala Harris is a vote for a nuclear war. Don't forget what Trump said. Global warming ain't nothing compared to nuclear warming, okay? That's real, and that can happen real fast. Nuclear. Because I can't use the word too much on Utizio because I'll get in trouble. So let me see what's going on in the chats. Whoa. Moon lizard. Oh yeah, Miss Minister, tariffs will cover taxes. We had a lot of money back in the day before they shot McKinley. So anyway, let me see. Let's see what else we got. I don't want to skip over anything. So we got people quitting from the LA Times. We got people quitting from the Washington Post. We got people watching CNN being told that the popular vote, Trump has a really good chance of winning it. And he's going on Rogan tonight. He's already been on Rogan. Here, we have this right here. Auschwitz survivor, Jerry Wartsky. I know more about Hitler than Kamala will ever know in 1,000 lifetimes. For her to accuse President Trump of being like Hitler is the worst thing I've ever heard in my 75 years of living in the United States. All right. Let's see this one here. Glenn Youngkin. It's stunning that just 11 days before the presidential election, a federal judge is ordering Virginia to reinstate individuals who have self-identified as non-citizens on the voter rolls. Virginia is preparing to take this as U.S. Supreme Court if needed. It's illegal to do it, so you don't need permission to remove illegal votes. Ha ha, Politico. I can't stand them. But anyway, Washington Post is getting out of the presidential endorsement business. Good. Already got that guy. Let's see. I'll make sure I get everybody. What's this one? Oh. Where'd it go? Here it is. How about this? Elon Musk, the British CEO who has now been caught orchestrating a black ops, in quotes, campaign to silence Robert F. Kennedy. So we got the Brits being involved, and I showed that the other day. Their PSYOPs, okay, and also the Steele dossier, and being involved in election interference. They're part of the Five Eyes that have participated in monitoring Twitter and Google, okay? Censoring Twitter and Google. And Elon Musk also put this out. I said this the other day before yesterday. Wikipedia is controlled by far-left activists. That's from Elon Musk. People should stop donating to them. I showed where they edited out J.D. Vance's medals out of his biography, and I showed how they automatically went in and said that Trump was a convicted felon in his Wikipedia page, even though he's not a convicted felon until after sentencing. So here it just confirms it by Elon Musk. But we knew. We've been talking about that for a long time. Here. There's more than one way to skin a new scum. More than one way to skin a new scum. Warning shoplifters. All items in the store are marked at $951. Non-criminal discounts applied at checkout for all paying customers only. The state of California will prosecute all shoplifters under California Penal Code 987 PC, grand theft. Ha ha ha. So at least they're trying to be creative, thinking of ways to fight back. And look at this piece of work here. Bill Clinton. He said he called her an attractive person. And she said, well, doesn't he like interns? But anyway, Clinton, look at him sitting there. Look at it. Oh, my God. If I would have to say, you address somebody as Mr. President, even if they're, not president, it's their title, I would say, Mr. President, that hat is GAYE, man. Gay. But it is. The women don't like it, man. I'm telling you, the women don't like it. He would take it off. But anyway, here's a good one. Here's a good one. New York Post. Wife of a slain cop warned Tim Walsh to stay away from the funeral or she'd, quote, escort his ass out of here. So I don't think he's going to come to the funeral. But they are a pro-criminal party. They're a pro-illegal alien party. I agree. That's an awful rough-looking mask. I think he got the AIDS disease a couple of years back and fell off the map. What dropped, Miss Mindersue? What dropped? If I don't have it in my studio, if it's the Rogan, Trump Rogan interview dropped already. Oh, yeah, I can't. That's copyrighted stuff. The people that are doing that, Miss Mindersue, they're taking a chance. They're taking a chance, and I would have to log on to Utizzle, and it would drop my stream and everything else. It's 3 hours long. Plus, he's doing his rally right now. Well, I'll wrap the broadcast up. And what I'll do is I'll play some fear-mongering garbage. Let me see if I've got from Joe. They're trying to set Elon up. They're trying to set Elon Musk up. Where did it go? Here we go. And they're bringing back Russia. They're calling for Elon's arrest. Joe said he was going to lock up Trump. Okay. The Supreme Court said the president had immunity. Don't think they're going to try to use that against us and try to do something with Trump, Vance, Musk, anybody they can. But anyway, folks, I will play this last clip for you. And I appreciate you sticking with me all this time. I appreciate you spending your precious time with me. Please think about giving me a thumbs up on the way out if you hadn't given me one in the way in. And I will be broadcasting probably Sunday night. And we're going to be doing, I think, a marathon week until the elections. At some point, we'll start that. Maybe the last 4 or 5 days of the election. And we'll think about something to do for election night. Gary put some booms in. Some booms. Where's my special effects? Here. I don't like the guy that's on the screen anyway. I don't even know who he is. But I will put some booms in there for Gary. For going, I'm sure, buy me a coffee. Miss Mindersue went to buy me a coffee earlier in the week. And Lone Wolf went there. And Mike and Bev and Angela. A couple weeks ago, I think it was Tennessee. A lot of people went there. I appreciate it so much. Where's my special effects? Daggone it. Hi, Island Girl. I'm getting ready to sign off. But I want to put some, Miss Mindersue, put up some booms for Gary. I'm waiting for my daggone special effects to fire. There it goes. Pow! 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 I don't know what the delay was. I don't know. It's slow tonight, but I'm going to keep pecking at it till it goes. A bomb goes. This is an explosion. If it feels like doing it, I might get my boom off. Boom. There we go. Boom. Boom. Here's a bomb. Pow. What in the world is going on? But anyway, I appreciate it, Gary, for going by buy me a coffee. And I'm boring people with my slow special effects. Pow, pow, pow. But anyway, folks, I will go ahead and play this video. You all have a great night, and I'll be seeing you soon. This is Mountain Man, over and out.
By the way, how fascinating. One more link to Russia. Right. The guy who is all in for Donald Trump has a relationship with Putin that he's calling all the time that we're finding out now. And again, Russia hoax? Really? This is what Marco Rubio's Republican Senate Intelligence Committee said about the Russian hoax in their report about the 2016 Trump campaign, that it caused, quote, a grave counterintelligence threat that made Donald Trump's campaign susceptible to malign Russian influence. That comes from the Republican Senate Intelligence. Seeing these things come up, and people will write in the Wall Street Journal, Russia hoax, Russia hoax. Right. Like, if they keep saying it enough, and if Donald Trump keeps saying it enough, that somehow people will be cowed to forget what Marco Rubio and the Senate Intelligence Committee and the Mueller report and everybody else that's looked into this has said. And now, again, what a coincidence that Elon Musk is on a, his phone pal is Vladimir Putin.